it's Wendy Smith, Wellbeing Coach here, and I'm here today to discuss something that's going to sort of minimize the continuation of the damage after emotional abuse in a controlling relationship. It's something that I realized for myself at the beginning of my own healing from abuse journey. It's been a 6 year massive task. However, mine wasn't just one relationship, it had been lifelong up until now, 6 years on. So, what I realised was, it's actually three things that you can put in place, things that you need to be aware of once you've come out of that relationship, because you've been there, you're feeling low, you're feeling down, you've been made to feel absolutely awful about yourself, you're probably depressed, extremely anxious. But I'm going to give you three things to be aware of as you sort of want to put an end to it, really. It doesn't finish once the relationship's ended, because we need to heal and recover our sense of self and everything. So this will actually be a massive step towards you beginning that journey of coming back out of the damage that has stemmed from that abusive partner. So ultimately, we're going to be talking about how reliving the memories of abuse creates further damage and has the potential to continue as self-abuse later on. You will have been insulted, you will have been put down, told you're not good enough, all that stuff, and millions and billions more. Obviously, the damage and the influence of these people is limitless. And depending on the amount of time you were with that person, is how deeply that's embedded in your psyche, your mind. So ultimately, if you are allowing yourself to keep thinking about things that were said during situations that were happening, verbal abuse, verbal comments, some of the behaviours and the patterns and the way they instilled that, then that's actually you reinforcing everything from that situation into your own head. Also, number two would be to actually minimize the amount of time you spend discussing things they were telling you, things they were saying to you. Because literally, as we are telling people, you would be saying it in ways like, he or she said, I am. And as a life coach who works with mindset creation, I'm aware that these statements are pretty powerful. And if you're saying it to yourself as an I am, you're actually taking that on board and accepting that and instilling that from the perspective of you telling yourself. And it's a really strange way of sort of understanding how this process happens. But when we're using affirmations to build ourselves back up, it will all become clear. So what I do as a coach is I help people to uncover those current patterns of thinking and change them for something better, often recording affirmations that they can use to listen to, which will also help the reconditioning process that brings them back out of it on the other end and changing those beliefs for something more positive. Now, I've done a heck of a lot of that work on myself, and now the way I speak about myself is completely different. It feels entirely natural, it flows off the tongue, but that's taken 6 years of firm and persistent work, which I help my clients to achieve, and often can happen a lot quicker than it has taken for me. As I say, it was a lifelong pattern of abuse that I'd been living through up until that point. So also, in the fact that you are then telling people about what he or she said to you, you are then telling yourself and reinforcing that belief in your own mind. Now, we want to get an end to it. We want to put a stop to that. So you want to, once you've said it, obviously we know we're going to discuss it. We may be needing to discuss it with, somebody like myself. We may need to be discussing it with, if you've reported it, if you've spoken to Women's Aid, you may be discussing that through the course of any form of therapy. And that's okay, because that's going to help you in the end. But remember to minimise your conversations with your friends and the length of time that you're continuing to discuss and share it. But also, to start bringing you out the other side, I tended to sort of pay attention to those thoughts as they pass through my mind, simply because it gave me the opportunity to decide what I was going to tell myself instead, and override that voice in my head that had been put there by those abusive people of the past. So that's 3 things to be aware of that you can put in place today, as you start to come out of your into your healing journey, but it will take you beyond. So it won't leave you in that place of, it's still happening, and turning into that self-abusive pattern of thinking. Then we're actually going to start healing you on the other side of it. But if you are interested in working with me as a coach and client, because I work on not only the beliefs, I remove the patternings, I remove the emotional triggers, I help my clients to understand things about narcissists. I help take them through the next dating journey, so that they can become aware of, the red flags, a little bit more conscious. But obviously, if there's any underlying patterning from previous abuse, things that they used as coping strategies, they're going to be unhealthy and will set us up for any future abusive relationships. So we need to get to grips with those and pull them out, and create and resist those urges to actually, things like making excuses for them and literally doing their work for them. We'd probably got into the pattern of assisting them with the damage they were creating on us. So, if you do need to get in contact, my email is all small letters, wendy.mackay0771@gmail.com. You can also contact me by sending a text message by my contact number 07464084989. And this is coaching inquiries only, please. And also, you could contact me via Facebook. My page is Wendy Smith, Coaching and Therapy. So I look forward to hearing from you in whichever way. I want to help as many people as possible to become healthy again, recover completely, not just from that person, but change everything that's going to mean that you're protected and safe from it happening again for you. So I'm really looking forward to hearing from you and working with as many people as possible. So feel free, reach out. I have had the experience myself, which is why I'm doing what I'm doing. Sorry. And there's nothing that you're experiencing, nothing that you're thinking that I haven't experienced myself. I've been through pretty much every possible form of abuse that, many of us have experienced. So there's nothing about me that you need to be unsure about. And you'll find that if you give me a contact, or we can arrange a call, I can discuss some of my past, and that actually makes us feel a little bit more comfortable with the person that we're working with. So I look forward to hearing from you. Have a great day. Hope this